I'm here with Chris from Teledyne FLIR. The instrument needs no introduction. They have the Griffin G510, but there's plenty of other stuff that Teledyne FLIR has to offer besides the incredible GCMS that we all know and love. So tell us a little about what you got going on today.
Sure. So wide range of seed burning technologies. We've also got things like the robot with some seed burn meters, which we'll get to as well. But I think we'd like to kick it off on the rad side with the IdentiFINDER R425. So this one has some more stuff going on with it compared to this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, full disclosure, I have been waiting to see this unit for quite a long time because as a trainer, this excites me tremendously. So let me know what we got.
Well, let me kind of then do like a formal presentation of the, there you go. Okay, all right. So, well, let's find a simulated source that is simulating a source which is much hotter than anything that we would actually want to be around in here.
Fair enough.
All right. So this is basically a receiver receiving a signal coming from the source. This is in partnership with a company called SIM-Teq, and they brought this out here today, functioning with an actual R425. So like that's one of the important parts about this. This is a functional R425. We're not having to just buy like a training one and spend money on that. Whenever we take this off and we take it out of training mode, it's a fully good to go R425. Buttonology is the same whenever we're in this simulated mode. So you find the source. You know how to do it, all right?
All right, I think I know how to do it. It's been a while.
How about finder mode, right?
Okay.
All right.
I clicked through it just like I normally would.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my screen.
Okay.
Let my background go all the way through.
About 10 seconds there. All right. Let's go through its 10 seconds. All right, well, let's find a source, shall we?
I'm not going to get this, and I'm going to look ridiculous, but that's totally okay.
I don't know about that. Mike does not know where the source is, so we're doing this live.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And one of the cool things about this is actually doing a pretty good job in terms of replicating inverse square law. So like half the distance, about 4 times the counts, and vice versa. Also plays pretty well with shielding. So like Mike will probably comment on it, but whenever his body is between the simulated source and the receiver, you're actually seeing an effect just like you would like the real deal with the real source with the signal versus the receiver with his body shielding. Look at him. It's like he's used an IdentiFINDER before.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's in this box, or
It
is
is.
it in this box?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so yeah. So there it is. So that's shooting out the source for us. And you're seeing like an overload, situation, right?
Yep.
So you can adjust. What's super cool about this, one of the many cool things, is you can adjust like the relative strength, the intrinsic activity. You can adjust the isotope identification. So go ahead and hit identify, and it will tell you like the real deal. If you're too close, you may need to move away.
It's telling me to move away.
Yeah. So again, how often would you have an opportunity to train with a source that would register like that in like the real world, right?
I'm reading 414 microrems per hour right now.
Yeah.
And we're a good 3-4 yards away.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So that's, if you've got a real source registering that sort of level, that's a radiation safety officer. It's great to be able to run those sort of exercises, but this allows us to do this, train with the actual RIDs your department's using and look just like the real deal.
So I got cesium-137, and it's telling me it's an industrial, and I got cobalt-60, it's telling me it's an industrial as well.
Yeah, and then you got your confidence on there also, right?
I got 10 for cesium and 4 for cobalt.
Yeah, so that's how we set this thing up to do the sim. Just like the R425, real deal, I'll hit the spectrum button, and it's gonna show me like the representation of the peaks. So the cesium 137 right here, we've got a lot of counts, 72,000 counts at the 662.2 keV for the cesium-137. That's the high confidence of 10. And then we've got a lesser amount, but a double peak for Cobalt 60 where it came up with the lower confidence number.
Okay.
But this is like a training scenario. That is such a unique signature on the spectrum for the Cobalt 60 with the double peak out there that even though it says relatively low confidence because I had relatively much lower counts for the Cobalt 60 relative to the CZ137.
You'd still feel comfortable with that.
Absolutely. I know beyond a doubt by looking at that, that's a unique signature with that double peak out there for Cobalt 60. So like that's how, you know, not only do we kind of do this, but we can use this to train responders on like kind of like a next level with the use of these different scenarios on the isotope side.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking 5 minutes of your time, showing us some of your stuff, and we can't wait to see more.
Absolutely.